Hello, everybody.
Welcome everyone. It is very nice to be here.
Green line, give it all you got.
So, I guess there will be a bunch of, let's not put say like a dangerous things happening, but brand such is well known rather to be very messy, especially at the start of the race. So maybe let's take the bad things out of the way and like any predictions, any crashes that will be happening.
For today's race, I feel like there's gonna be a lot of chaos, and not necessarily just in a bad way, but just general lot of excitement, a lot of action happening. This is the shortest track in Assetto Corsa Competizione. It's not commonly used for endurance racing, but here at Track we believe in track equality. So we are not just using the same Spa, Monza, Paul Ricard and stuff. We are actually getting the less popular tracks to use, and I'm sure we are going. This track is going to produce a lot of action today.
Knowing our backstory of how every single track race on brand side so far happened, we can definitely expect a lot of those things happening already within the very first lap. We know that it will also be overtaking Hull, so we can expect a lot of frustrations from drivers, I suppose. Because that's definitely a track for very experienced drivers, despite very short distance that you need to get through for each lap. Well, Ganat sure managed to save his car at that corner. It seemed to be pretty dangerous, but props for his reflexes.
Definitely interesting to see Julian racing for Wild Things. I think this is his first race for Wild Things Racing, right? He used to drive for CRF, which team has disbanded, I believe, and then he moved on to Sim Haven. Now he's at Wild Things. It's definitely a nice trajectory he's got there. His lap is still valid.
Under the Clark curve. The Brab comes straight.
By the way, what are your pole lap predictions in terms of lap time? I'd say that we might even see 22s. We definitely have some very strong drivers here. For example, Ruby herself is one of the best drivers in our league. But we could also say Julia Messner and also Lodrig. I don't think he's raced with us previously, but he definitely seems to be strong as well.
Considering the class of the drivers we have today, it's very surprising to see how the second driver on the grid right now is half a second away from being P1. Definitely the top 2, top 5 would be very saturated today, but seeing P1 being that far ahead is surprising. That half a second might not seem like much, but like if you compare it to the pace of the driving, this is like an age. Like we're talking about like many light years probably of difference that it will make in the long run. Seems
That's
like
Phoenix.
it's 1-2 to Team Phoenix. Yeah, like Albert
Yeah.
wanted just to say.
Yeah. Not sure if this team raced with us yet. Breck is definitely improving.
I think he heard you because he's driving out of the pits right about now.
I think April is one of the best race drivers I've come across in terms of like consistency, and she's also a very calm racer. I mean, of course she's she's not usually involved in incidents and stuff. So I believe even if her qualifying doesn't really go that well, she will definitely be gaining positions in the race instead of losing them.
I think it's safe to assume we will see after the race, depending on the amount of the crashes that the people will have. Emotions can win over the people very easily, so I wouldn't really say Wiz will going to stay or not. I shall say let Larodic is about to finish his next lap.
That's a great performance by Alex. He is actually probably one of the most active staff members in tracc.eu, and he's also a really great driver, and it really shows now. In provisional pole, back in the Aston as well. We all know that the Aston is one of his favorite cars, or actually his favorite car in the game, but I haven't seen him drive it in a while actually.
I like how always in the talks between Alex and Ruby, they always wanted to like drive against each other. We might very well see that exactly today as they are right now, P2 and P3 respectively.
I definitely expected the track to improve more. When I said the 22 prediction, I definitely didn't expect the track to stay green for the whole qualifying session. I guess.
Oh.
Alex Curtis is on a wallet lap, by the way.
He did it. The first 23.
And P2 for German. Indeed. Since he's joined the tracc.eu server, I believe he's been one of the funniest community members, and I believe he's also a pretty good driver. Not necessarily in terms of pace, but he's definitely a clean driver, for sure. By the way, I believe he's actually playing on a 5x4 monitor right now, so even though the Mustang, there's no BOP for the Mustang, unfortunately. I guess that's his BOP now.
Depends. If we look very far back, we know about the secret unknown history which we never dare to really tell about green and blue car. Let's hope it will not repeat itself, because it wasn't the best story ever. But we know that this is usually a race track where we don't have much luck. The stewards will for sure have much work, especially because of the first lap.
There's 27 cars in the grid, perhaps not or starting from the pit lane might have been a conscious decision, because well, it's pretty narrow, blind corner, or relatively narrow, I guess. So yeah, I hope there's not gonna be trouble, but I won't be surprised if there is. Let's just hope for the best.
The under still should want help on that one.
Green light, give it all you
And
can.
there we go.
Oh no, there's already trouble.
Ouch. And there is
Seems like
double
the
X
only
corner as
incident
well.
so far. Oh, there's something else in turn 2.
That's not something.
Alex Curtis is involved.
Oh,
Oh,
it seems
both
like...
Alfing's cars were in the gravel there. Oh, that's a huge accident.
Yes. I wonder why
There's not
that would
huge, but
happen.
many cars involved.
Yes, as we watch Ruby Nekomata continue dropping into P16, probably due to that accident right there, as we see the 3 leaders pulling away. Oh, as the BMW behind hits the wall, it is number 117. No, that's Ferrari actually. That Ferrari hit the wall there and is recovering into the track. as
Look
we
at the
speak.
gap between the top 3 or 4 and the rest of the grid.
Yes,
Or the like one whole corner ahead.
yes, as
And
there's
by the way,
another
can
car
we just
falling down
go-
the grid. Pete Gannett from the Philippines. Let's see what happened to them.
Oh, car's already messed up. That's actually the old Mercedes.
Yes, that seems to be the 2015 Mercedes. Let's watch them through the race right now. See how they got into that little kerfuffle. And they're into the pits. I seem to have pressed the
By the
wrong
way-
button anyway, but
Can we just talk about number 8, Saudi, in P12?
yes,
Uh,
number 8.
I believe they started from P26.
Yes, big gainer actually in the old Porsche of all things.
Yeah, 991.2 facelift, but old generation 911 GT3R.
Yes, and he is currently battling with Saint McLaren that got involved in turn 1, and also the Wild Things car of Julie Messner. We see here, actually he has fallen a little bit behind and is now battling with the McLaren of Krizai, who I also believe is a fellow Hungarian, Albert.
Indeed.
Let's watch the onboard of Krizai right here.
There was another crash behind, by the way. The Porsche I have here, I believe.
Oh no, it's
1.6
Alex
is
Cotto.
inverted.
We need to watch what happened to Alex Cotto. Ooh! It looks
That's
like
Scott
Scott Brewer. Scott Brewer and Alex Cotto just spun in harmony, it seems like. As weird as that to say, and Alex looks like he's recovered pretty safely right here. Alex though dropping from nearly the front row to P21. Not a good race start for him, but as we know, very consistent driver and very fast on race pace. Let's see how it pans out for him in the future of the race, we shall say. So
Yeah, it's a long race ahead. Might not be 4 hours like the previous seasons, but
big battle right here, big battle right
definitely
here.
still a lot of
Isai
time to
again.
recover.
Oh, the Porsche was hit
Oh,
from
no!
behind. No. It looks like the Aston Martin actually has made a collision with the Porsche, and the Porsche was able to recover, but they have now fallen a few positions. And there was another crash. Number 135 Alvarez spinning into the gravel. What has happened to them? Let us see. Oh, they got pushed
on
wide
exit.
by.
That's
They got pushed
Julian
wide.
Metzner.
Yes, I believe that is Julian Messner. Got pushed wide by him on accident. The stewards would have a look into that. We see Sadi here still in the close battle with the Aston Martin of Osipov, who they had a collision with, and he makes the move. He makes the overtake, and will he make it stick?
Will there be switchback?
It seems
The
like
Porsche,
oh, that's a good battle happening right now. The Porsche though is having the inside on this corner, and he makes the move stick, and that's invites Scott Brewer into the picture here. Maybe Scott Brewer can have a chance to have a look at the little Porsche right here.
the Porsche says we have one glaring disadvantage on big parts of this track. This is not a car which is having like a huge top speed or like very heavy acceleration, so most of the cars will still outpace it. Let's hope the driver knows how to use the maneuvering of this car to his own advantage.
Oh, it looks like we are going three
steering gets
wide,
working.
and no!
Oh,
it
that
looks
was
like-
inevitable.
Oh no!
That was inevitable. Multiple cars involved in
Yes.
that. Oh, it was such a good battle until it lasted.
Yes, but you do not go 3 wide at Brands Hatch. You know all that well, but they still decided to fight on, and now look at what's happened to that BMW. Front damage on the hood especially. They will have to repair the damage like soon, I believe. Here's a battle at the top though. Jordan Brunch getting mingled with the battle for what seems to be P6 actually. With the VTuber squad like Dirty Kohai and Asa the Empire battling it out. They seem to have gained a lot of position from the start as Jordan defends from Julie Messner very bravely there. Julie Messner almost getting involved there. And oh, as the door bang, Lordic Phoenix and Dirty Kohai door banging right there. Dirty Kohai seems to have lost the position to the McLaren there though. And Jordan and Julian respectively make a move on Dirty Kohai as Dirty Kohai loses some positions as a result of that battle with Larudik.
It's not over. Grigorian is also on the tail of Dirty Kohai there. Number 797 M4.
Yes, battle of the BMWs here. Oh, as we just had a little accident with the number 89. Oh, they are collecting the barriers. I think they have had a spin somehow. Let's watch the replay. Yes, it looks like they have spun out and is turning around. I don't know what's happened to them, but yeah, they are now back on the track and racing again. So let's get back to the battle for P7.
I believe they spawn again there. Yeah, indeed.
Julian Messner still very close to Jordan Brunch. See what he can make of it. As no number 420 of Asa
It's
Empire
gonna be Asa, yeah.
stop on track. What's happened? She just stopped on track. I think it is a issue on her end. Yeah, that's
that is
unfortunate.
very strange.
And she is now back on the track and running again. I think there was some sort of issue on her end. She's back down
Lost
to
a lot of positions,
P22
though.
as a part of that though. Yeah, back down to P22. Not good. for the fight for P7.
Looks like Jordan also lost a few positions. He's in P12 now.
Yes, Jordan seems to have lost a few positions as a result of battling and probably losing positions. No! Has he hit the barrier? Spectator's curse hits the barrier, stops on the track immediately after that. Oh my god. And he returns to the garage. No, Jordan, no. No, that is so unfortunate, as we also see the number 89 spinning out again.
Same spot as last lap.
Yeah. Unfortunate race for a couple of the drivers today. Especially Jordan right here, who is, I don't think he's too happy right now. Yeah, Porsche, not an easy car to drive, and he dripped what he's sown by applying possibly too much throttle through the last corner and just hitting a little bit too much of the grass and spinning and hitting the wall. Jordan Brunch's race is unfortunately over, as he was battling for P6, P7. Oh my god, this is terrible.
Looks like there's a really close battle for P8.
Yes, as we see here, Gregorian, who is now up into P7 as a result of all that.
And on the third corner.
McLaren into the grass a little bit, but they are fine.
There's Nekomata making a move on Dirty Kohai in the background.
Oh yes, yes, yes. Ruby Nekomata has made that move stick. Great job on her after losing so many positions on the first lap due to that.
Looks like it's Julian overtaking Tomasz Križoj as well.
Yes.
Front runners are definitely catching back up right now and providing us with a lot of excitement.
Yes.
Next up is Dirty Kohai for Julian Messner.
Yes, and Julian definitely faster pace-wise than Dirty Kohai, as Kohai goes a little bit wide, hits the grass a little bit. This could invite Julian Messner, as will he go for the move on the outside of this
On
corner?
the outside.
Yes,
yeah,
he
it looks
does.
like not
Yes,
yet,
he
or
does.
oh, that was impressive.
Yes, very impressive
Now
outside
Kohai's
move.
got
for
Križoj behind
Julian
him.
Messner. Yeah, yeah. Here we also see another battle, Alex Curto and Alvarez, Ferrari versus Aston. Let's see how this battle pans out by going into the, as we call it, the driver's POV right here. Seems to be getting closer and closer to that Ferrari, but let's see how will this turn out for Alex Curto and the pack behind. There seems to be a big pack behind this Alvarez driver right here as we enter this new lap of the race. Alvarez understandably going defensive. Alex Curto trying to go for the most speed possible. Alvarez again defending by taking the full inside line, parking it on the apex, but Alex only getting closer and closer to that Ferrari. Taking the left-hander into the uphill section.
Really trying to do his pressing, showing his left and right mirror where he is, to cause more stress to the driver ahead.
Oh, that has destabilized the car a little bit, hitting the curb a little bit too much.
Wonder how much damage Alex has got.
Yes, we can just take a look at that by looking at the TV cam right here.
Seems like not much.
Yeah, not much actually. Really closing in that Ferrari right now.
Here.
Let's see if he will go for the move. Alvarez defends it. Final corner of the track. They're really close though. Let's see if Alex will cook something up for T1. As the number 89 McLaren has another hiccup in the background. And Alex, oh my god, goes for the outside move and makes it stick. Sensational move from the Canadian driver here. Oh my god. Did you guys see that?
That was great. Yeah, that was great for both drivers. When you overtake around the outside, especially at paddock hill bend, you don't just have to be very respectful of the other driver. The other driver also has to be very respectful of you and be a partner in a way.
It looks like number 10
Oh,
Aston
no.
has gotten into an incident. Let's check what happened in the instant replay. Oh,
Oh!
what was that? What was that? The stewards are going to have a look at that. It didn't look too good, shall I put it that way? But yes, that has put an Osipov and Aston Empire back to the bottom positions. That will be definitely looked at by the stewards.
Number 1 Mercedes AMG is back on track. The 2015, driven by Ganod, right behind the Lamborghini there. And it looks like they've already taken
Gregorian here spinning out. Let's see what happened to them. Was there contact? I think they just spun out on their own, actually, from hitting the gravel on the outside. Oh, that was a risky rejoin. Don't rejoin like that. Yeah, that was extremely a risky rejoin as he outbrakes himself right there. And yeah, basically spun out, got a bit of damage, and is now back into P16. I believe he was one of the drivers who competed for the top 10 position. Speaking of top 10 though, Chris I right here, catching up to Dirty Kohai, who is currently possibly holding on for dear life for P10. Let's see how this battle will pan out as we move on to the interior cam. Definitely caught up in that corner. Let's see what Chris I will be able to do in his McLaren 720S as Kohai breaks a little bit early. Chris I had to back out of that, otherwise there would have been a collision. We are entering turn 1 right now. We are going to see if Chris I taking his time here. He's lifting through the corner. Don't want to get too impatient and rear end that BMW into the double left-hander section here. Kohai going a little bit wide actually. And getting a little bit loose there, losing a little bit of time to Kohai. Kohai seems to be able to make the gap persist a little bit, but it will possibly not be long before Krizai is able to catch back up to Kohai right here as we enter the right-hander. As Kohai gets a little bit squirrely, Krizai right on the back of Kohai again. Backs out respectfully though. You do not want to get into an incident like that. As we see a Ferrari actually of, I believe that's Joseph German. Joseph German.
Oh, yeah,
let's
Joseph,
see the replay. Yeah. Oh, he is backwards and into the gravel. Possibly a self-inflicted spin. Yes, very bad for the... He started P2 today, now back into P12. And just now overtaken by Alex Curto of Wildings Racing. Not a bad day, not a bad race for him today, but definitely could have been a lot better considering he started P2. Let's not discount him though. German is a very fast driver. Let's see if he can climb back up to the top 10. Definitely has the pace to do so.
It also has 2 hours to do that. only 20 minutes, or less than 20 minutes have gone by. So anyone who's gotten disadvantaged in the first few laps definitely has time to catch back up still.
Yes,
Just like Alex
indeed.
right now. He's right behind Krizai at Kuhai, and he will try to make his move anytime soon as well.
Yes, Krizai still fiercely battling with Kohai here as Alex Kurto is slowly but surely entering the picture. We are going to actually look at Alex Kurto right here and check the bonnet cam. This is the view that Alex Kurto drives in, and that is surely better to look at the perspective that way. So yeah, already up to the McLaren's bumper. Could make a double overtake happen very soon as Joseph German is into the pits, presumably due to the spin. He's got more speed than the McLaren. Will he try and make a move? This is getting dangerous. There is very little space offer here. Is he making a stick? Is he making a stick? Yes, he has made a
Yes,
stick.
he did.
Second overtake around the outside for Alex Kurto. Very impressive performance, I would say. Definitely on the move.
Yes, Alex Kurto back into the top 10 as we speak. Currently catching up to Dirty Kohai as we see 777 of, I believe that is
Rudik.
Larudik. Yeah, what has happened to them? It seems like
There's another car.
yeah, there is another car there that has spun out together with them. I believe that was Contact. The stewards will have a look either way as tries to get back on the
And
track.
it's Volvo, I think.
They have dropped down to P8 as we speak. And Alex Kurto seems to have overtaken Dirty Kohai for P9 on the track right now. Impressive recovery drive right now from Alex Kurto.
Another member of WTR right now is about to go fight for a P6.
Oh no! Oh no!
Krizai!
It looks like there was no contact or no crashes for any of the drivers, but that was really sketchy there.
Yeah, that was really sketchy. I believe Krizai barely just avoided the wall as it looks like Alex has gone a little bit wide but stays on the track. Krizai though will have to begin his chase of Dirty Kohai again. It doesn't help that he has to do the same thing over and over again because of just one little mistake. As we see the Ferrari of Alvarez in the background just creeping up closer and closer as we see there is a battle near the back here. Steiner and Gregorian with Assetto and Janpai in the background trying to recover from an accident and personal problem, it seems. Steiner seems to be getting closer and closer to the BMW in front. As Assetto and Janpai also reciprocates. We see here rounding out the left-hander right here, entering the uphill section after this left turn.
It seems like another member of WTR is about to make a move for P6.
Yes, it seems like Julian Messner is trying to battle with April Karsvard, who has had another recovery drive that cannot be... it seems like there was a yellow flag and I think someone went into the pits.
Joseph German.
Yes, Joseph German was already in the pits though. I don't know what caused that to happen again.
Now Florian Christian Seles is also in the pits.
Oh, Slelis, the driver in the Mustang. Let's do a 30-second instant replay. See what happened to them.
Oh, core is damaged.
Yes, the car
Yeah,
is
probably
very
just
heavily
managed to
damaged.
Repair it.
Yes, possibly repairs. Yes, this is for repairs, yeah.
If they change tires, that means that they have cleared one of their mandatory pit stops. Because unlike the previous season of V4H, we do not have stint timers, but we
reversing.
have mandatory pit stops anymore. Or we have mandatory pit stops instead.
Yes, Florian reversing into pit lane, not ideal for time. As we see Julian Messner here, still very close to the Queen's Design driver, April Cosworth. April seems to have lost a bit of time though. Julian Messner catching up in the Aston. See if
Both
Julian
of
can
them
make an
seem to be
impression.
struggling with tire wear.
Yes, it seems like that is a problem as the track is not optimal. It is fast, so tire wear is a factor here already. There's a lap car ahead of these two drivers. It might shake up the situation because Brands Hatch is not an overtaking track. Let's see,
there's the
will the traffic gives way to April? Will they give way to Julian?
Oh, Julian has to take a compromised line there. Couldn't quite hit the apex.
Yes,
yeah, he cannot challenge April into the next corner.
yes, and that has lost Julian precious time, and now he has to build it all back up as April looks to try to regroup with her fellow Queen's Design driver Ruby Nekomata, who is running comfortably in P5 at the moment. Getting into the lap car of the 2015 Mercedes right here.
But we can definitely confirm one of the things that Albert said at the very beginning. April has been driving the same pace for the past half an hour and she steadily keeps that pace. We didn't see any big mistakes from her. She managed to get past the carnage at the first few laps, and right now it's just doing her own thing.
Yes, April, very consistent driver as we all know. Apart from that little thing at the front, like the near the beginning of the race, she has been driving great today. We all have to agree with that.
That's very close.
And
That's literally like bumper to bumper racing right now. April got better out of the corner speed, but
Julian Messner though, look at that. Trying to make a move again. Doesn't stick though as we get interrupted by the banner there. Here we see that lap Mercedes again. Julian using all the track, as does April. They're racing the hardest right here, but the lap car is a variable as Julian is getting closer and closer each corner he takes. But if the lap car doesn't
now
cooperate,
might be the time. No, he's not gonna go for it.
the lap
Perhaps
car
the paddock
luckily-
heel.
Sorry.
No, still not going for it. He's a patient driver, Julian Messner, which is a very good thing. Not trying to go for unnecessary moves, but that might have been a little bit of a dive. Probably wasn't intentional.
it's all about the pressing. It's always harder to beat a leading car than to one that's following. Julian is definitely trying to make a use out of that.
But as the following car, you also have to watch out for like your braking and stuff, because, well, if you just brake at your normal braking point, you might rear-end the car in front of you. So yeah, you have to be very you have to have very good awareness to continue a battle like that for a long time.
Steiner is slow for some reason. He has slowed down for that Ferrari, probably as a blue flag, but that has lost him a lot of time to that BMW behind, which is probably also lapping him. Yeah, he was battling with Asanyanpire for P15, but that has turned out fruitless as the race leaders pass through. We see Simon Tonkin here doing pretty nicely at P13, right at the middle of the grid. Passing the lap car of Florian here. Oh, getting a little bit close though, but manages to pass the driver with a relative difficulty, but managed to get it past. And
behind there, Nyampire is. Oh yeah, she was getting lapped, but that was a big wiggle. That might allow. Is that Steiner behind her? No, it's not.
No, but Steiner is right behind right now.
Yeah, that's now Steiner behind Asanyanpire right now. As we see number 553, Dirty Kohai, what has happened to them? Oh, taking an excursion to the grass, bouncing all over the place and resting at near the gravel, but manages to recover back onto the track. Very good luck for Dirty Kohai. Still in P12. Let's go back to the battle with Steiner and Nyanpire though, as they have the lap car of Florian to contend. Florian is predictably cooperating though, but this has allowed Steiner to get really close to Nyanpire. Not by much now though, as Steiner seems to have lost a bit of time. The front of the BMW seems to be a little bit damaged as well, which clearly doesn't help.
Is it just me, or is the sky getting cloudier and cloudier? That seemed a lot like possible rain later on.
Yes, it is. It has been overcast lately. There could be a little chance of rain, but let's not get too excited over that just yet. Steiner and Nyanpire are still very close, battling each other all the way. As they head into the downhill, left-hander. Big flow of 5 cars right here. As Steiner goes a little bit wide, lost all that time he gained. Very unfortunate.
S is on the tail of Grigorian now.
And Larodik is on a tail of Julian Metzner.
Yes, Grigorian
now
has to defend from Nyanpire. As Nyanpire looks to make a move, but is respectfully backing out for the moment. Oh, we might have an issue here, as Grigorian is running a carbon livery with no number on it. This will be reported to the stewards after the race for sure, but that's not important right now. We have a race to watch.
Not sure who those 2 cars are in front. I'm not sure if that is for position.
No, that is not for position.
Right then.
The next cars for position have a quite sizable gap between them, so they are not looking to battle through. It
was for position. It's
Simon and Menendez.
Yeah. 862 and 756. Now Simon has the blue flag for Grigorian.
Grigorian though, with that weight reduction of removing the number plate, has managed to pull away a little bit from Asanyanpire. and is trying to catch up to the lap Ferrari in front. As that Ferrari, and double entry into the grass together. And Asa makes
yeah,
the
that's gonna allow
move.
us to buy. Yeah,
Asa makes the move
and
into
it's Steiner as well.
P14. Steiner makes the move too. Yeah, that was harmonic to watch, but not in a good way.
Ultimately, Steiner was blocked, couldn't make the move.
As we see Asanyampa now looking to catch back up to Tonkin. 6-second gap though, it won't be easy. So we're going to go back to this battle with Julian Messner and April Cosworth. Julian goes a little bit wide though, so does the McLaren behind.
Lerudik has caught up as well.
Yes,
After going off the track at Paddock Hill Bend a few laps before.
Lerudik still catching up to Julian Messner, I believe, and vice versa for Julian Messner and April, as Julian gets really close to April right there, trying to go for that move for P6. Hello viewers, Super GT here. As Julian's looking for it though.
There is the move. Again,
Does it stick?
he tried the same.
Not finished yet, not finished.
They are
He
side
tried
by
the same
side.
thing few laps back, but he
Side by
didn't
side
manage
going
to
through
stick
into
it
that
up.
right hander.
It's a drag race.
Yeah, drag race. And Julian makes
April is still there.
He has made the move stick.
Wow.
Wow, what a great overtake.
Lauderdijk spun.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yes,
That's
Lauderdijk.
And
and
Julian
Julian,
almost spun himself as well.
Yes, that is.
That's on the racing line. Not good. Not good.
Yes.
Looks like 777 managed to get going.
Yes, a bit hectic here in the top 10 region of the race. As Julian now pulling away from April a little bit though, so we will come back to this later. As we see Tonkin here trying to fight his way towards Dirty Kohai, just 1 second ahead of him. Let's see how this battle will pan out, as he has to give way though for a lapping car.
I believe that person just unlapped themselves.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, that's Menendez, number 756.
Now I think will be a good time for a little race report, as 30 minutes have passed. Fever Phoenix currently in P1, purple lap 2, 1:25.455. Gap is 18 seconds to the next person. Penelope Dobbins in the Lamborghini with a fastest lap of 1:24.922. I'm sorry, the fastest lap of Fever Phoenix was the 1:24.3. And in P3, the last podium position, Komisarov looking to have a nice little cruise to P3. Let's hope that is the case for Komisarov. And P4 is Volkov, who right now just went up the track and loses the position to Ruby Nekomata. That's interesting. And right now the number 89 seems to have backwards on the track. No, not backwards, but still up the track. Rejoining safely though, very nice. As we move back to the mid-race report, we see Volkov here who was P4 before, and Ruby Nekomata, who has just overtaken Volkov and is now trying to catch up to Komarsarov. Julian Messner here in P6. Hello viewers again. Trying to get through lap traffic right now. Still keeping the gap honest to April Cosworth in P7 right now, who after a little unfortunate string of events has lost the position to Julian Messner. And behind is just separated by one apart is the other Wild Things Racing driver Alex Curto, as he goes a little bit into the gravel. Not good, but still keeps it on the track. Traction on all four wheels. As P9 Larudik, he is one of the faster drivers on pace. Just recently did a 1:24.9 last lap. Looking to catch up to the other drivers in the top 10 right now. Rounding up the top 10, we have Juan Alvarez, who is just cruising around, doing his thing, and hoping that he could try and keep the top 10 position for himself in this very, very strong grid for today. And we have the BMW Trey Klinkenbeard, who's also having a nice little cruise, because the gap to Tonkin is 14 seconds away. Speaking of Tonkin, still there, gain a position after probably yeah, but he's still doing fine. And we have Asan Yampai in P13. Unfortunate batch events for Asan Yampai today, but she seems to have recovered well considering the circumstances. Back up to P13 after falling way down the order at the early parts of the race. Very good drive coming from her right now. And right behind is Manfred Steiner in the BMW. Gap to P15 right now is 38 seconds, so he's looking for a nice cruise to the end. Also Poffier, involved in a little bit of incident today, as we can see by the damaged front hood. Definitely needed to repair that in a pit stop though, so let's see how that comes. So Grizai, Hungarian here, really fast driver, but unfortunately got into incidents too, so back down in P16. And behind is Scott Brewer, who also got into incidents and is now back into P17. Right behind is Dirty Kohai, who ran as high as P6, but after having a nice little excursion to the grass and getting overtaken by faster drivers, they're now back in P18. Not looking to catch anyone, as the driver in front is 15 seconds ahead. And we have Nemendes as Chrisai is pitting. Anyways, Nemendes in the BMW here, the blue BMW. I say this livery is pretty good. I like this livery so far, but there seems to be a problem though. There is no number plate. This will also be looked upon by the stewards, of course, but overall, apart from that, great livery, having an okay race, overtaking people in the pits. Yes, that's also Pov. Let's take a look at Leguer Simon, another Canadian driver, having a quiet race down at P20.
Up front we have Volkov and Ruby Nekomata fighting in and out for P4 right now. They've been like side by side on like 3 corners right now separately, and still not a single touch with them, so that's a good driving from both of the sides.
Yes, and Alex Curto seems to be catching up to April too. I don't know what happened to April, as we see the old Porsche getting up the track there.
By the way, let's not forget that P15 onwards, so like Tomasz Kliżej, Scott Brewer, Dirty Kohai, and then there's some other drivers, they have already cleared one of their mandatory pit stops, so they are not really P15 since they are since people ahead of them still have 2 pit stops to go.
Oh, Alex though looking to go for a move right here as April makes a little bit of a mistake. Still keeping her position though. Let's see how this goes before returning to the grid. Ooh, as Alex makes a move, will stick a little bit of door banging, but it has been stuck. The move has been done. Alex Curto regains another position into P7.
It's something special. We saw WTR cars doing the very same thing again. I think they attempted it in total like 4 times now during the race against the cars of the same team.
Yes, the Wildings livery definitely leaves an impression. Very bold and brash livery. Wildings right in your face. And the driving skill is also not to be underestimated with these drivers. As Alex Curto and Julian Messner looks to be regrouped for now. And we will continue on with the grid checkup. We have Sadi here, the old Porsche driver. A little bit of a political message as the team name, but we will pass through that as they give way to Krizai and the driver behind. Osipov back on track after repairing presumably. And Florian in the Balls livery with presumably Hungarian colors, fitting for a Hungarian driver, but it's on an American car, so I don't know what to say about that, as they probably have to give way to Alex Curto really soon, so we will see that later. As Dirty Kohai, I think he's getting close to Tonkin right now, but goes wide and doesn't make the move. Continuing with the grid wolf, we have Gregorian, who has not done a pit stop actually. Interesting, because the fellow people around him is people who have done a pit stop. And we have Savage here, Michael Savage. The damage to his front end is clearly a little bit savage too. As we see, he is currently the last running car, trying to catch up to. He is nearly 1 lap behind Gregorian though, which is, I think he might have to call this race right now unless something happens. And Jordan, unfortunate race today for him, ended well too early despite running so well. Too bad. And that completes our mid-race checkup. We will go back to Kohai, battling with Tonkin right here. Battle for P16. As the track finally moves to optimum status, so we might see some faster lap times here. Getting close, but not quite there yet.
Seems like our first frontrunner is pitting. It's Penelope Dobbins in the Lamborghini.
And Fever too, who
and
is getting
Fever also, yeah.
Yeah. This leaves Komisarov and Nekomata in the track position lead right now, but
Volkov is also taking their pit stop, and Curto. So it looks like a lot of front runners are coming into the pits now.
Yes, it seems like so. Julian Messner has not pitted yet, is doing another lap. Kohai though, again really close to Tonkin, but he's just not able to make that move because Tonkin is defending pretty well against Dirty Kohai here, driving for Yukai Racing. Pretty livery there in the BMW. As boat go wide, but Kohai makes it stick somehow. That is an overtake, but loses the position to Menendez though, and gets unlapped by Osipov in the process, but Kohai, he definitely wants that position back. So let's see what he can do, but first he has to lap a car. Yes, we see Kurto exiting the pit lane in front of one of the Queen's Design drivers, that is Ruby Nekomata. So actually Alex has undercut Ruby a little bit here. Or maybe overcut.
Yeah, that's some interesting strategy there from Alex Kurto. I think he's done. Actually, he's done. It's actually reverse blemished T3 because in the previous round of Trek GT Free Cup, Ruby actually jobbed Alex in the pits. So.
Oh, never mind. My apologies. That was Alex just unlapping himself.
Oh. But yeah, Alex has also taken his mandatory pit stop, or at least one of them.
Ruby has not. Maybe that's why.
Ruby hasn't.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure Ruby will still come out ahead of Alex.
Yeah, Messner coming out of the pits now. Ferrari crossing the pit entry line, a little bit sketchy, but withdrew.
That's not illegal, I believe, so. Except if someone's leaving the pits.
And Julian was leaving the pits.
Upper is going to the pits.
Yeah, both Queen's Design drivers are in the pits now.
Yes, pass through of Sad Jordan right there, gives a little flash. Dirty
Double
Kohai
making
though.
a move on traffic.
Dirty
That's been very
Kohai
close.
though seems to have fallen back from Menendez. Probably has to stick with P17 for the time being. As
Oh, that's an off track by Osipov.
yeah, that was an off track for Osipov. Little excursion into the gravel.
Looks like Ruby managed to come out ahead of SN Empire, and April's still in the pits.
Asan Yanpai
Now,
has not pitted yet.
Yeah, and April has managed to come out ahead of Steiner, but probably more crucially ahead of Julian Messner.
Yes, that was an excellent overcut from the Queen's Design drivers.
And not even by little, she's like 5 seconds, 6 seconds ahead of Julian there.
Yes. 12 seconds actually.
No, that's compared to Essa.
Ah, yes.
So actually, yeah, that's just 9/10. It just showed up. It just showed up as 6 seconds before.
Yes, Julian catching up to April again. Not happy about the overcut, I believe. So he will have to get the pace on and try to overtake April Cosworth once more.
By the way, wasn't Alex Kurt also ahead of April? Before the pit stops? Or am I misremembering things?
No, you
Alex
are not
Kurto got
mistaken.
up to P9. Alex Kurto got up to P9 or P8 before the pit.
Yes, Alex has overtaken April before the pit stops, but it seems like Queen's Design got the upper hand in the pit strategy for this race.
So far, been working.
Yes. We have two battles right here near the top 10 region. Julian Messner and Volkov battling each other, with the drivers ahead respectively. This will be a fun one to watch, so let us see what is going on with these pairs of drivers. Julian Messner getting closer and closer to April. As Klinkenbeard and Alvarez taking into the pits right now for their mandatory pit stops. The two drivers near the top who hasn't pitted yet is Komisarov and Larudik, Phoenix, and also Asan Empire. Interesting situation right here. Who knows what strategy they could be on?
I wonder when they are actually going to take their second pit stop.
Yes, because if you know, this race has 2 mandatory pit stops. You need to do 2 pit stops with the tire change. So it would be devastating if they didn't know that they have to do a second pit stop. So yeah, let's keep an eye out on for that, and hope they notice the number 2 next to their names on the timing sheets.
You need to take into account the weather is still an unknown. They might very well be trying to save their last pit stop for the needing to change the wet tires. It would be big disadvantage if they had the third one because of wet tire change.
That could very well be the case, however, everyone else still has 1 mandatory pit stop, so that could be their switch to the wet tires as well. So definitely an interesting strategy here for the drivers who haven't taken their pit stop, first pit stop yet. But
as
sure
Larudik is taking their pit stop now.
Where are they coming back? P10, P11? Yeah, that's a lot of positions lost. Yeah, P11. I think they lost a few positions compared to where they were before.
Because
Maybe.
of the worn tires. Yes, the worn tires. And also probably a little bit of lap traffic as well. Julian Messner though, still fighting, as it looks like Alex Koto has just overtaken Steiner, who has not taken his pit stop. Seems to be another one who's trying to extend, as Messner though getting really close, could be trying for a move again. April taking a little bit too much of the grass. Julian Messner hops the curb and no, that was too close for comfort.
Always drive to the limit.
Julian must have had a little bit of a code brown right there, because yeah, that was too close for comfort, and he's lost a little bit of time again to April Cosmo, as Asan Empire is finally pitting. What? She
Only
is...
happens with
Stopped in the wrong spot there.
Yeah, that was
Or
weird, but she will lose time as part of that though, which is... we see the number 8 Saudi, though, what's happened to them.
he just stopped on the track.
Yeah, just stop on the track for some reason.
I guess steering wheel could be a problem. Something will happen with his steering wheel or pedals. We don't know that for sure, and we probably will never know unless he says it himself out for us.
Yes, steering wheel
But
problem.
it was safe rejoin, so that's always to be uploaded.
Yes, steering wheel problems have plagued drivers in tracc.eu in the past. A notable example is Moritz Hiccup.
Empire
No! Stop go 30.
That's spinning in the pit lane.
Probably
yeah,
forgot the
that's
pit limiter.
very-
or ship it into
Yeah, that's
second gear.
very, very unfortunate considering they even stopped in the pit lane in the wrong spot. So that's double time lost for SN Empire.
Yeah, that is very unfortunate, but as I was saying, famous example of steering wheel problem in tracc.eu is Morris Hiccup, who doesn't seem to race for us very often anymore, but he was a rapid driver, very rapid driver, but every time he was on course to win, he would get either a pedal problem or steering wheel problem that would retire him out of the race, and it was always so sad to see. Albert, you probably have witnessed this firsthand sometimes. What do you think about that?
I personally don't remember him having issues like that in races that I participated in. I believe that was in V-Track, no? Like in Nürburgring, right? That's the one I remember.
Yes, that, and also a couple of races in probably Track GT too.
Perhaps, I don't remember, but yeah, it's definitely, I can't really imagine anything that would be more frustrating than hardware issues in
And also
in
V4H
sim racing.
V4H Watkins Glen last season, he hit
Yeah,
a
it was a
barrier
great
pretty hard and later had steering wheel problems and retired from the race, which is very sad to
Yeah.
see.
Yeah, that's extremely frustrating for any sim racer. And yeah, definitely don't want to have any hardware issues. Meanwhile, Lerudig is battling Steiner, who still hasn't taken their mandatory pit stop, their first one.
And
So
so is
perhaps they should
Komisarov.
start doing that soon.
So is Komisarov.
Komisarov is still in the lead, but Steiner is clearly losing time, I think. So maybe they should consider pitting soon.
Yes, I believe they are trying to one-stop their cars, which is not ideal, as we see the number 13 Krizai up the track. What has happened? Oh, just hits too much of the grass and hits the barriers. He stopped on the track. Luckily holds the brakes though. Good practice. Always hold the brakes. As they are back down into P14.
Looks like Kohai is taking their his second mandatory pit stop as well.
Interesting, with 1 hour 22 remaining.
I don't think you can do 1 hour 22 without refueling, but maybe you can. It's some fuel saving or something. I'm not sure why they took their or why he took his second stop so soon.
Yes, maybe he had to repair damage and decided to take the pit stop too to get some fresh tires.
Perhaps. Julian Messner still on the tail of April Carlsward.
Oh, we see here Fever Phoenix though getting a
Oh, what happened to
123.
Fever?
Nothing happened really. I was gonna commentate on how they got a 123.8 last lap.
Wait, is Fever already lapping Metzner?
Yes, they are quite rapid on the grid today, and they are about to catch up to Komisarov, I believe. Komisarov's last lap was a 125.7, while Phoenix's last lap was the aforementioned 123.8, so catching up roughly 2 seconds per lap. Komisarov has to pit now before he loses any more time. Yes.
Absolutely insane performance by Fever Phoenix today, already lapping front runners.
Yes,
Like,
lapping P6.
Actually, yeah, P6, P5. That's insane. Almost lapping the whole field there. But to be fair, it is a short track. But it's still really impressive, I would say.
As the Aston goes for a little excursion there, not having a good day, that Aston.
Managed to save it without spinning.
As Komisarov did not pit this lap and now has to deal with lap cars and a Phoenix that is catching up to them. Komisarov has to pit this lap, otherwise time will definitely be lost.
While Phoenix Racing met up right now, I guess they will be fighting I guess the Queen's design itself, team versus team, it's not anymore 1v1.
Yes,
Now we'll be
Julian Messner
doing
and
all they
Alex
can.
Curto. There's a team duo right now actually, just being separated by one lap car, which is insane to see in a GT3 series. You only see that regularly in like Formula 1 or WEC, but yeah.
By the way, I think Alex has overtaken Julian. He was behind, right?
Yep.
Yes, I believe Alex was behind.
Oh! That's a very good reaction from Apricot word.
Yes, it seems like
From both the
April
drivers, in fact.
was having to take some avoiding action from the Mustang up there of Florian, and that has definitely lost her time though. Alex looking for that move already.
I don't think that was a Mustang. I think it was Larudic or
Oh
another
no, Alex
McLaren.
goes a little bit too wide, and Julian re-overtakes him. It's back to basics. Alex now has to do all the work again. Very unfortunate for him. As we see Steiner finally taking the mandatory pit stop. As actually, Komisarov has a 13-second gap to Phoenix. Phoenix looks like they have spun on the last lap actually, and has a lot of damage. Let's have a 60-second instant replay. Oh no, that doesn't look good at all. Seems like they got into a spun. Oh, yeah, it doesn't look too comfy right now. Trying to catch back up to the lead, but instead, and yeah, the car is damaged. Car is damaged. Maybe that's why they lost all the time.
I guess conveniently they have another mandatory pit stop to go. So if they take their other mandatory pit stop, they won't be at a disadvantage, because everyone else still has to pit as well.
Whether they want a pit right now, that's the question.
Yes.
That depends on how much damage they have. Not sure
how. The rear looks like it has a lot of damage.
Yeah. Doesn't show up in the replay, but we saw it on the live picture.
Oh, as right now though, Alex Curto just overtook Julian again. Very good performance after a little excursion into the gravel, and looks to be catching back up to April Korsgaard.
A lot of things are definitely working together as a team. Julian didn't want to give a hard time to Alex there. They're looking to not lose any time with fighting.
Maybe Komisarov was actually trying to bet on a mistake and stayed out, and maybe trying to get just a little bit more of a gap to second place for a safer pit stop.
You just jinxed Anfuhr. He just spun and collected another car right at this moment. So I guess his strategy worked.
Oh yeah, let's check the replay.
Too well.
Yeah.
Yes, that was a spin and a half right there. Does not hold the brakes.
Ooh. And actually this Jordan Brunch. It's so unfortunate. Jordan Brunch Jordan just came out of the pits.
Yeah.
Came out of the pits and immediately
spins out again.
Crashes due to no fault of his own.
Oh my god.
That must be so frustrating.
Dobbins also spinning out. Oh no, this has gone so wrong for the leaders and has gone into the hands of Komisarov, who definitely has a pit stops gap now.
It went from bad to worse. Nobody liked that.
Yeah, nobody liked that. And it looks like Dirty Kohai is up the track too. I wonder what happened.
Some damage on the front end of the BMW.
Let's have a look at the replay right here. Dirty Kohai just taking that corner. Oh, misses Jordan narrowly and hits the barrier.
Ouch.
Not a good day for the VTubers today. All the VTubers are, yeah, apart from Ruby Nekomata, all the VTubers are not having a good day today at V2.4H inaugural round. We see Alex Curter though, closing back up to April again. Just 3 tenths separating them now. Alex seems to be looking for that gap. It was there, but he wasn't close enough. Let's see through the double left-hander section again. Will April give way or will she not? She has not given way, defending as hard as she can, and in Alex's case, attacking as hard as he can.
It's like the British version of Lord of the Rings. Alex is all about shouting
Oh,
to get
Alex!
through, and then there's
Alex
April
just
in
tried to
the
go for
way.
that, but that was not fruitful at all. Still though, there's another chance soon at the left-hander, the 90-degree left-hander. Oh, as Alex goes up to inside, can he make the move stick? They're side by side to the turn. April gets a better exit, and she will have the inside for the next corner. So the move is not sticking for now. Alex sees the gap, goes for it, but April with that 296 just has a little bit more power and a little bit more traction than the Aston Martin V8 Vantage.
This is a great battle right here. All
Julian.
3 cars are really bunched up. Julian has also
yeah.
pulled back up to Alex, and is he going to go for a move? He's not going for a move. Very wise thing to do. You don't want trouble with your teammate.
That has lost Alex time though. Precious, precious time. This is like Sisyphus, the meme right now, where he has catch up to April, lose time, catch up again, lose time, catch up again.
Man, and 756 just lost it.
Oh, 7
Almost
5.
catching Chris, almost taking Chris Shy with him.
Yeah, seems like they lost it. Let's check the replay. Yeah, this corner is catching out many drivers today. Oh, and they are not holding their brakes.
Try to get away from the racing line as soon as they could.
Probably
Oh,
be told it's like a basics. You tell people like to use the brakes when they spin, and this is generally a good advice. But the best drivers know when not to keep the brakes. Sometimes they might stop you in a place which is much worse, as if you decide not to use brakes, in order to stop earlier. We need to keep that in mind. Sometimes that they didn't brake while spinning does not necessarily mean that they did worse thing.
Yes, sometimes it's really easy to just forget what you're supposed to do after spinning out in this case. So you cannot 100% blame them, but if there was an incident involving that lack of brake usage, then yes, the blame will be on them for that.
Carsworth, Kurdo, and Metzner still nose to tail.
Yes, as Alex back up with April Carsworth. Very, very quick here. But April...
In the meanwhile, Andrew Komisarov have taken their pit stop now. And this means that Penelope Dobbins is actually leading the race.
Yes, indeed. That move has worked out very well for Komisarov though. They have held out and made it work somehow through sheer luck that the lead drivers would crash out. As we see Gregorian here, who was just slapped by Komisarov here. And let's get back to the battle here real quick. Alex seems to have lost some more time, but knowing Alex, he will probably gain that back really quickly. Getting really close again. Into the uphill section of the track. Julian fell behind a little bit, but that's probably to protect his teammate in case anyone comes. Alex though getting real close again. Really close, really close. Could go for a move here.
Perhaps he's going to. Oh!
That was slight touch.
Yeah, probably would have been wise to let off there a little bit to not get too close to April, because, well, if he was going any faster, he would have crashed into April there.
Yes, and Alex was bouncing
You
all over the
definitely want
place
to
too.
keep a bit of a gap there.
He was bouncing all over the place too. That definitely destabilized the car and could have caused a spin if Alex wasn't careful. Then again, the Sisyphus meme stays true. Alex now has to work all over again to catch back up to the pillar that is April Carlsbad holding still for P4.
Oh! Julian went off the track there.
Yes, indeed.
That could have been a lot worse, but managed to save it. Definitely don't want to dip any wheels into the grass here, because not just because it can destabilize the car, but also because you can get a pressure loss in your tire, which is kind of like a slow puncture in a way. Definitely don't want that.
A couple of drivers beginning to start to take their last pit stops now.
If it keeps that way, we'll see a 4-way fight for the P4 soon.
Yes.
7.
And
Larudix
that's
of
what
the Phoenix
excites me.
team
Oh,
is...
April!
April!
No! April goes off into the gravel, outbrakes herself, and that allows both of the Wild Things cars to continue ahead.
Yeah, that is really unfortunate. I'm not even sure what happened there. Did she just outbrake herself, or?
Yes, we can have a look at that right now. No, that was too short. But yeah, sad way to end the battle. But April looks like she could probably catch back up if she wants to. But
She's
right now,
definitely not gonna be bored because the Rudik has caught up to her now.
yes, the Rudik catching up to the Queen's Design driver for the coveted 6th position. And Julian Messner again getting close to Alex because Alex has to deal with a lap car of... This is Tonkin, yes, Tonkin. Yep, overtaking the lap car safely and soundly. And Julian will try and possibly keep up with Alex, or try and do a multi-21 moment.
Seems like Volko is taking their second mandatory pit stop.
Indeed, we see that on the timesheets right now. However, since there's 1 hour left, there's just barely over 1 hour left in the race, there could be a problem for a few of the cars. As Alex goes a little bit wide. Nothing too serious though. Oh, as we see number 15 actually going up the track.
That's Jordan.
Yes, that seems to be Jordan. Let's check what has happened to Jordan. rounds the hairpin and just
Polish.
That
The Polish effect.
looks like no traction control to me.
hey yo, what was he doing?
Let me check if he has TCO on. I'm pretty sure he doesn't. Yeah, he has TC off.
And he's back in the pits. Again, let's focus back on this battle here. Julian Messner, Alex Cotto, and April Koswar and Larudik battling for P4. Larudik though getting real close to April. We'll have to watch the battle on their side instead. See what Larudik will pull off here on April Cosward. Oh, as we see some gravel being spit up. April though still keeping Larudik honest right here round the final corner, but this could all change very soon as Larudik seems to have got the better run. He's trying to go for the move. He backs up respectfully. That will have not worked at all. Again though, through the hairpin, really close to each other again. Huge curve flow of cars behind though. We have to see what's going on with that. Volkov in the number 17 McLaren is catching up to Hassan Yanpire for positions actually.
Volkov probably should have waited a bit with his pit stop there, because well, he's getting compromised by other drivers now.
Yes, Hassan Yanpire seems to not have the best tire grip right now, and that is compromising Volkov. He's looking for the move though. Will he make it stick? No, he has to back off. He has to back off from that. He's trying to go for it again though.
Larudik managed to get the position from Julian Metzner and April Cosworth.
We need to take a look at the replay for that, for sure.
Yes, 30 seconds. Let us see what has happened between them.
But that's Alex.
Oh, it seems that the few drivers there had a big battle. That's why they lost the time to Alex. And the position as a result as well. So, yeah.
That would be nice to see. Whatever.
Yeah, still getting to grips with ACC race control. But we're getting there soon. As Jordan has done another no TC spin.
Volkov
Very
side
funny.
by side with Hassan Yanpire going down to Brabham.
Let's watch the replay anyway, see what happened.
Ooh, contact between Volkov and Hassan Yanpire both went out.
Oh yeah, right. Have to wait for this replay to end and see what happened between these two. Oh yeah, big shot for the
that's
McLaren.
not nice. That doesn't look nice there.
Yeah, massive hit for the
didn't-
McLaren. And Hassan
It
Yanpire
definitely-
collecting the McLaren afterwards.
It definitely did a lot of damage there. Iris, Volkov just spun again a few corners later.
Yeah, this is one for the stewards, as they say. It looked nasty. Could have been nastier if this was real life. This is an incident you do not want to see in real life.
Just like with Formula 1 cars, GT3s are very IR sensitive, so any sort of even if the slightest damage will drastically change the car might behave. And it might be ever more so noticeable on Brands Hatch, where you have quite a few height differences where once you go downhill in order to side time, you need to go uphill.
Right now, though, as for the battle at the front, we have Julian Mess. As we just passed the 1 hour mark, actually, so we have 1 hour left in the race.
Seems like Metzner is 1 lap ahead of Fever Phoenix.
Yes, as Fever Phoenix, like we saw before, had a lot of excursions and had
Really
to
went
repair
from
for a
zero,
bit of
hero
damage.
to 0 there in a few minutes. Really
Yeah.
unfortunate for Fever, but
Yeah.
he has taken both of his pit stop, which cannot be said about any of the drivers ahead of him.
Indeed, and this calls for a time where we check on the grid for the second time. So leading the race right now, Penelope Dobbins taking advantage of Fever Phoenix little couple excursions, and Komisarov reaping even more from those chain of events in P2 right now. And in P3, Ruby Nekomata actually just 3 seconds away from Komisarov, looking to get P2 actually. And 27 seconds behind is Alex Kurtel, who is currently 4 seconds ahead of Larudik. Said Larudik is over here, pulling away from Julian Messner behind. And behind also is April Korsvard, who has lost a few positions as a result of that outbreak at the hairpin turn. And here we have Alvarez, who seems to be battling with Klinkenbeard actually, so let's watch that for a little bit. Klinkenbeard looking to get into P8 right now, looking to get a good result for the BMW squad, currently the highest placing BMW on the grid. You see them getting ever closer to the Ferrari right there. Could look for a move right now actually, but no, probably is backing out. Yes, he is backing out of that.
Probably looking to get ahead into. Oh no!
No! The pressure has gotten to the Ferrari of Alvarez, and as a result, stopped in the middle of the track, reverses onto the gravel. A little bit dangerous there actually, but gets back. Oh, and spins once more. No, that is such a bad. What a bad chain of events for the driver.
Cars are coming up. Cars are coming up.
Yes,
It's
drivers
gonna
are
be fine. They are not too close there. Yeah.
Good reaction time for the BMW there. But yeah, still
Another
somehow
car spun on the
P9.
same place. P16 Volkov. Number 17 Volkov.
Now he's in the pits.
Volkov is in the pits, interestingly.
Yeah, he's out of this. He's out of this front running thing. As it seems like.
Yeah, unfortunate. And continuing our grid, well, P10, Krizai, who is getting lapped by Alex Kurter right now, it seems. 11 seconds away from Fever Phoenix, who is definitely catching up really fast for the P10 positions, the top 10. Said Phoenix right now, last lap 128, probably made a few lap cars or had a little spin. Manfred Steiner in P12 in the nice BMW livery. Doing fine for himself, I suppose. And Scott Brewer in the Mustang, getting past lap traffic as we speak. And Menendez, P14. More. Oh, looks like he's actually gonna try to unlap from Alvarez. Interesting. And Yanpire is just 2 seconds behind as a Yanpire, just trying to recover her race again after a couple of really unfortunate events today. And 22 seconds behind is Dirty Kohai. A high A previous high runner of the race, now back into P16, out of the points territory. And P17 is Simon in the Ferrari. Seem to be doing well for themselves, I suppose. And Osipov, a driver who did not have the best of the luck today. Just trying to drive it home right now, it seems. And in the pits in P19, Volkov pitting for whatever reason. And also Gregorian getting lapped by that BMW in front. And Florian climbing into P21 after a series of incidents. Probably just again trying to take the Mustang home. And Tonkin also in the pits. Oh, that is another carbon livery. As
Teammate of Menendez, I guess. Too much of a surprise there. Still nice looking livery, I guess.
yeah, the livery looks nice, but it is unfortunately not allowed in the guidelines. And we have the old Porsche in P23 next up here. And the final running car of the race, Michael Savage, as the Porsche actually goes for an excursion actually. Savage still has not repaired the damage, it seems. We have had a few retirees this race, one including Jordan Brunch, who decided to go out after like 10 minutes and just go out with no TC trying the Porsche Cup Simulator. Not a big deal really.
Well, it looks like Tonkin is out of the race. They just said in the V4H Discord chat that their PC crashed.
Oh, that seems to be... Yep. What? Tonkin is going out again? Interesting.
Maybe they managed to get the game going in such a quick time. I don't know. No need to speculate though. There are more interesting things going on in this race.
Yes, as we focus on Fever Phoenix, who has brought that 11-second gap down to just under 4 seconds right now.
I wonder if he can catch back up to the lead, or at least the front-running positions. Let's not forget, he doesn't have to do another pit stop, unlike the other drivers ahead of him. So this could still be very interesting.
Yes, he's trying to unlap what looks like to be Alex Curto. No, that's Julian actually.
That's dangerous one. Unless Fuhrer manages to convince him that he's much better, that he has much better pace, and a type of overtake will be dangerous. After all, Fever is in a blue flag position.
I mean, perhaps it's not a wise thing to do for Julian to defend from Fever, since well, they're not on the same lap. So maybe you should just let him go.
Let him go.
And while we are watching this, Penelope Dobbins is in the pits taking their final mandatory pit stop in the virtual 2.4 hours of Kent.
Yes, and that brings Commissar back into the lead, but look at this! Ruby Nekomata is seemingly catching back up to Commissarov recently. Could be challenging for P2 in a provisional position.
Indeed, only 1.8 seconds behind. She used to be much further behind compared to Commissaro. So we are looking forward to a very interesting 50 minutes here, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
it looks like Penelope Dobbins managed to come out ahead of Klinkenbeard in P7, just behind April Korsvard. They're definitely looking to bring it home cleanly and safely.
Yes, Dobbins, very fast driver here. Recently joined actually, but she is very decently fast. And I only met Penelope actually in the old car race that we did with the old cars, the old GT3s, and safe to say she kept me honest in that Jag. Couldn't catch up to her at all. Even if I'm in the Lexus, which is the best car that was in that car pack easily.
She also raced the Nations Cup in the Jaguar.
Yes.
I guess this also confirms that Fever will most likely not get back up to the lead if nothing unusual happens to Penelope here or any of the other leaders.
Preside taking their pit stop right now. Most of the people in the back had now taken the final pit stop, except Osipov. I muted it.
Bless you. I guess taking a splash and dash in for the final few minutes is definitely a strategy here.
Yes, indeed.
Doesn't look like it's going to rain until the end of the race.
Or maybe at all.
Yeah. Alex Curtis in the pit.
Indeed, that is the first Wild Things driver into pits right now. Julian could follow in shortly after, maybe in this lap actually.
And it also looks like Fever has unlapped himself.
Yes, indeed. From Julian Messner.
Yeah, indeed. So where is Curtis coming back? Probably. Wonder if he's going to be behind Fever or ahead of Fever. Place your bets. It's probably going to be ahead of Fever.
They are at two separate sides of the track. I don't think Fever is that quick.
Moving. Yeah, Curtis already moving.
Alex Cotto is getting out of the pits just behind Komisarov right now.
Yeah, one lap down compared to the leader.
Yes, but could very easily unlap if he wanted because Komisarov has been on old tires. Meanwhile, Alex is with the fresh set up tires, just coming out of the pit lane, trying to catch back up to the lead. Currently provisionally P2 out of the people who did the pit stop, but we all know that a lot of people are one lap ahead, including I think up to P4 is one lap ahead. Yeah, Julian Masters one lap ahead. So yeah.
Alex might actually lose a lot of time here as Komisarov's best lap is 1 second faster than Alex's best lap, or slower, and his last lap is also about 1 second slower than Alex's last lap before the pit stop.
Oh, someone's having a... That's the Porsche, the old Porsche again, having its excursion as always. Unfortunate for the old
that's
car.
actually for position for between Klinkenbeard and Kurto.
Yes.
So before Alex can unlap himself, he needs to overtake Klinkenbeard for position.
And Klinkenbeard has not taken a pit stop yet, so... Yeah, Alex needs to overtake fast, and Klinkenbeard needs to not lose time. And losing time is Klinkenbeard right now, as they get so close to each other. Almost spinning each other up, but they keep their cool, keep racing on. As Alex respectfully
move.
goes for the move as Klinkenbeer understandably moves out of the way.
As WTR specialty, I think this corner, it's again the same move, like 5th or 6th time.
As Julian Messner
At least
goes in
that's
the pits
seen.
actually. Right now the 4 lead drivers still not pitting is Komisarov, Nekomata and Larudik, who just hit the wall.
Oh! What happened there?
Return to the pit too, let's check the replay. Oh, seems like they hit that barrier there and they had too much damage and hit this wall again. Couldn't steer the car and just returned to garage because of that. Very unfortunate.
Now I'm actually wondering if this is a hardware failure.
No, it
Because
seems like
after
they
he hit
couldn't
the ball,
steer.
he wasn't steering. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Or maybe it just got too much
So-
damage that the car didn't steer. And we see
Or
Ruby
Yeah,
going
that
to
could
pits.
be the case.
Ruby taking advantage of that incident and pitting to save time on Komisarov and April.
So Iklo Lerudik is definitely out of this party now. I guess good news for Aaron S behind him, which is almost the whole field, but bad news for Phoenix E-Racing.
Yes, Phoenix
Both of their
E-Racing.
drivers are heavily compromised now.
Yes, both Phoenix E-Racing drivers not having the best race despite the amazing qualifying pace.
Ruby's lost only one position during that pit. She's about to go out of it. And on the track
She did
again.
lose that position to Dobbins in April.
Oh, I didn't know this dub is there.
Yeah, Dobbins is in the provisional race lead right now.
Well, no wonder this shadowy car, you can barely see it. The camo works pretty well on this track. It kinda reminds me low-key as well about Iron Dame's car from the LMGT3 right now. Maybe not in the colors wise, but like the style of it.
Evil Iron
See what you
Dames.
mean there. Yeah, the pattern is somewhat
As
similar.
Florian is stopped on track, we have to check why.
I believe there may have been contact with another driver there.
Yeah, maybe. Let me check the... Do we know there was not contact with another car?
Lost 20 seconds in that lap.
Alex Kurta just inapped himself from Komisarov.
Indeed. As... See, Dobbins very close to April right now. A battle can be brewing up. But April not taking her pit stop yet though, so this battle seems to be futile. Larudik still in the pits. Yeah. Let's actually check the onboard camera for Dobbins. Clearly catching up to April right now. Braking much later and getting more speed on the exit.
I believe that's Lamborghini's advantage.
Yeah, it's
The car
NA.
might not be the best. No, I mean the braking part. I believe Lamborghini, from last I heard, is not exactly the best in top straight, but it's braking where the car outshines.
Ooh, that
most
looks
of the cars.
sketchy. That looks sketchy.
Oh, they prevented the pits there.
Yeah, but that looks
That's why it was
sketchy from the
sketchy.
onboard. Komisarov has a 49-second lead to Dobbins. He should take that opportunity to pit right now.
Not sure how much time a pit stop loses you here.
Although Commissar might start to lose time as he's catching up with the lap cars. Clinton Beer though, having a battle with Scott Brewer as he makes the move on the inside of the black Mustang. Will it be able to stick though? Yes, it does. Up into P9 for Clinton Beard. What a great race win right now. Great recovery drive after incidents in the first half of the race. And the Porsche seems to be enjoying its vacation. But Scott Brewer not giving up just yet. Into the uphill section of the track. Goes for the inside move. It cannot stick there. He was a bit too far away. But they're still battling hard right here. Clinton Beer is moving out of the way. They're side by side, but Scott Brewer takes back the position, taking advantage of the Mustang's ability to just take the curbs and also its huge amount of power on corner exit. Very well done battle by the both of them.
Indeed, Klinkenbeer probably took the wrong defensive line there. Couldn't hit the apex and lost a lot of time by going wide in that corner.
Indeed.
So maybe next time you should defend to the inside there.
Clinton Beer though.
Battle is not over yet, yeah.
Yeah,
Still
it's
hanging
not
on
over
there.
yet. Ooh, that was a little bit close. Clinton Beer losing it a bit there on the corner exit. The turbo of the M4 cannot keep up with the pure power that the Mustang has. But they're still very close to each other though. They could keep battling and battling until we see a conclusion to the end of the race. Clinton Beer again getting really close as the Mustang takes a little bit of the grass. Bit more grass there for the Mustang. Will Scott Brewer be able to keep it as 17? Looks like Volkov has been involved in another incident. Let's check the replay right now. Yeah, into the gravel. Simple as that. Looks like it had front damage too. Yeah, looks like front damage. As Clinton Beer still there with Scott Brewer battling for the final spot in the top 10.
Commissarov about a bit.
Yes, Commissar in the pits right now. They could massively overcut Dobbins or just come out like barely enough for as the number 89 is having yet oh my god, that was
very close.
Yeah.
Code brown for the Mustang of Florian there indeed. That was not a very safe rejoin at all. And getting unlapped by Volkov. And
Dobbins is about to snatch that P1, by the way.
Indeed.
And there we go.
And goes Dobbin into P1 as Commissar just
Looks like
finishes
Ruby
pit
is
stop.
also going to. Looks like Ruby is also going to get ahead of Commissaro. Yeah,
Yes,
indeed.
indeed, just barely though, as they are probably going to battle for that P2 position. Commissar gets blocked by the lap car though, not ideal. Ruby having an amazing race today. Recovering from a lap 1 incident into P2 of the race as Florian goes on a nice trip to the grass.
Looks like Juan Alvarez is the only driver remaining who hasn't taken their mandatory pit stop yet.
Yes, Alvarez right here. And Fever's about to catch up to Alvarez too, so they have to pit soon or they're losing time. by having to defend? No, they did not pit, which means they are taking the route of losing time. You can hear the tires just scream for help from the Ferrari of Alvarez. Yes, oh, there seems to be a nice group of cars here. Seems to be traffic though. Okay, now that everyone has taken O as the action goes wide. Yes, now that everyone's taking the pit stops, now's a good time to check on the grid once again for the final time before the race finish. Dobbins, P1, very comfortable 8-second lead. Ruby Nekomata, P2, 2 seconds ahead of Komisarov. Komisarov lost a bit of time because of lap traffic, but is looking to catch back up to Ruby. Alex Curto in P4, 21 seconds behind. Probably not able to make the podium at this stage, but we never know what's gonna happen. And in P5, fellow Wild Things driver Julian Messner. And 9 seconds behind is April Cosworth, who unfortunately lost to that battle, as in P7 we have a Fever Phoenix who is catching up to April Cosworth, but 21-second gap doesn't look too fruitful right now for any kind of overtake into P6, as Juan Alvarez finally takes the pit stop. Will be the last driver to take the mandatory pit stop, apart from Larudik, who seems to have retired from the race, and Scott Brewer, who is overtaking for P8, and Klinkenbeard, who seems to have lost time to Scott Brewer, presumably because of that lap car, the McLaren right there. And Menendez, one of the drivers with a carbon livery, in P11. And Manfred Steiner driving well in P12. And Grizai, the highest placed Hungarian driver right now. And Legares Simon overtaking. Oh, he's gotten off wide though, and he's trying to overtake the car of Alvarez that just came out of the pits. And Dirty Kohai pitting again for some reason, and just coming out now. That was a very quick pit actually. Maybe Kohai needed fuel or something.
Maybe, or maybe it's just damage repair.
And behind is Osipov, who seems to have recovered after having a very tumultuous race. Behind is Grigorian as Volkov returns to garage after a spin. Let's check the replay. Again, damaged front end of the McLaren. Let's see what happens to them in this turn. Oh, the grass catches another person, and this time the damage is so heavy that they have to return to garage. Yeah, unfortunate really. And Saudi right here, actually battling with Florian as number 89 McLaren having another excursion. We'll have a look at them later.
Are they in the same lap?
Yes, Florian and Saudi are in the same lap. They are battling for position right now. So we will watch this for a little bit, I should say.
From what I am seeing, they are 2 laps apart from each other actually. According at least to the timetables that I can see.
Oh yes, they are 2 laps away from each other. So this is a battle for the unlapping, actually. And
Which
Florian
just happened.
Yeah. And
Managed to save it though.
Fever lost it.
Fever lost it. Yes,
Ouch.
Fever lost it. What happened? What happened? We need to check. This is the hairpin. Let's see what happens at the hairpin. Or maybe the left-hander. Oh yeah, hits the curb. Hits the curb too hard. Goes straight into the gravel. And presumably decides to give up by returning to the garage. Oof.
Yeah, that's a bit weird.
They just left the server.
Yeah, that was.
And Gregorian
that-
with a drive-through. Presumably for track limits.
Yeah, which they're serving now. That's very weird by Fever there, because there wasn't any damage. They didn't spin or didn't do anything. They just went off to the grass.
And Gregorian sped in the pit lane. That's a stop and go, Sodi.
Oof.
Oof, indeed. Now we see.
I guess we'll never know now that if Fever could have called up to the front runners, which is really unfortunate.
Both Phoenix drivers out of the race. Very unfortunate news. As we see Komisarov falling back behind Ruby a bit, but his latest lap seems to be 2 seconds faster than Ruby's, which is interesting. So maybe maybe we can see Komisarov fight with Ruby. Seems to be gaining time. Right now though, that doesn't look like the case. There's not really many good battles. As the race comes to an end, closest drivers on the track with full position for each other right now is Klinkenbeard and Scott Brewer again. However, they are 1.8 seconds apart. Klinkenbeard though actually gained time, because last time I checked, Klinkenbeard was actually 4 seconds behind Scott Brewer, and his last lap was actually nearly 2 seconds faster than that of Scott Brewer. So Klinkenbeard is trying to make that work again, trying to get into P7. So as the race is coming to an end right now, I would like you guys comment on how it has happened so far, how everything's been happening so far. First, Albert.
I would say the brands have definitely delivered on the promise of giving us an action-packed race. Probably not in the best ways possible, but I guess that was expected. I haven't seen a really clean race at Brands Hatch so far, and this was no different, but I guess everyone has raced to the best of their abilities, and the race has been interesting, still not over. So yeah, I think this is a pretty good race so far.
We see a car spinning up though. What car was it?
Sadie, number 8 for sure.
Oh, don't rejoin that way. You have cars.
Now he's got a window that he could use. Will he use it? He do.
Okay, Adrian, now time for you to answer that question.
To be honest, I'm not sure what more I could say other than repeat what Albert already said. Like, pretty much everything that we said before did happen. That's like all that I can say. I'm not like some racing master or anybody like that to really give some big insights. You all have seen how the race went. For the people on it, or us partially even, because we are as well taking part in it, one way or another, maybe not racing.
Klinkenbeard though, looking to get the move on Scott Brewer done. Almost had contact there through the hairpin. Trying to go for the move on the left-hander, but backs out respectfully. These two could be the battle for the rest of the race, it seems. So let's have a little watch of what. Hey! You forgot to
Somebody is
turn.
falling asleep. Somebody is falling asleep. There goes the concentration.
That was definitely a lapse of concentration. Please stay awake at the wheel, ladies and gentlemen. We do not want that to happen. Or controller if you're that kind of guy. Like me.
Ruby Nakamata is actually slowly catching up to Penelope Dobbins. Are we going to
Indeed.
see a battle for the lead today?
Indeed, Ruby
Could be
is.
could be the first GT3 win for Ruby in tracc.eu, which would be huge.
Yes, Ruby was 2/10 faster than Dobbins the last lap and is catching up even more. The gap down to 5.6 seconds between Ruby and Penelope, and only increasing between her and Komisarov.
89 is off the track again.
Indeed, I don't know what's going on with them today. Some cars today were just all over the place today. Not sure why. Maybe they don't have the best setups. Maybe they have damage or something. This McLaren doesn't have damage though, so it could be the setup.
Definitely not an easy track though. Even though it might appear easy, since it only has like 8 corners or whatever, but all of those corners have a lot of tricky parts. Yeah, so yeah.
This is pretty much a track which builds upon itself. Every single track corner will affect how you will be able to do the another one.
Dirty
Doing a
Kohai
mistake
though.
in one will cause to make mistake in the second corner, and so
Dirty
on. And so
Kohai
forth.
though. Look, making the rounds, trying to get Asa the Empire just 8/10 behind now. Looks like there's another fight brewing as Klinkenbeard actually has fallen back to Scott Brewer a bit, possibly because of lap traffic. So this will be a battle we will have to keep watching too, other than Scott and Klinkenbeard. So let's have a look. Dirty Kohai though, you would say that he was definitely breaking my expectation. Like the first time I raced with Dirty Kohai, he was not the best, pretty damn slow, but now he is possibly just a second or two slower than me most of the time, which is very good compared to like the first time I met this guy who rage quit and didn't want to race in ACC and this league anymore. And look how he's doing. He's been moved to silver class recently in V-Track Challenge after doing really well in the AM class and being moved up. So the standards are indeed rising for this driver right here as he gets closer and closer to Assetto the Empire per lap, looking to get the fight, the VTuber fight, done here at Brands Hatch.
We need to remember that Dirty Kohai didn't race in ACC for a span of 1 or 2 years, and previously he's raced much more iRacing, so with much different physics and much different, well, generally how the game handles the physics in cars. He obviously got here with much more different experience than what he previously had. His race is definitely showing some promise. He's definitely adapting to it more with every single passing day, and that's good to see, because the more good drivers there are, the more widespread the grid is. Might not always prove more action, but definitely might help some people to improve the pace of their own.
Right now though, Asa the Empire seems to be suffering from the Lambo's infamous tire wear. Kohai catching up already 3/10 behind Asa Empire. Let's see what Kohai can do in his BMW M4 GT3. Right, starting this lap into turn number 1. I will switch to the driver cam for this. So basic hood and see their inputs basically. So yeah. Asa braking a little bit early. They're inviting Kohai into the uphill section, but the Lambo with its NA power just pulls away from that easily with no problem. Into the uphill right-hander. Let's see how the BMW reacts compared to the Lambo. Yeah, the Lambo is pulling away right now out of the corner exit, just purely because it can put the power in more easily than the turbocharged M4. Interesting to see the fight between two different engine aspiration options here, and two very different driving styles too of the FR and MR cars. We'll go back to the broadcasting hut. Oh, as Kohai actually spins out a little bit. Lost
That's the
all.
broadcasting hot curse.
Oh my god, I think I cursed like 2 drivers today. First Jordan and now Kohai. Yeah.
You're a bad man.
Yeah, I am a bad commentator. I should be fired. GG.
You're playing dirty today, for sure.
Yes,
You know, everybody, he does it on purpose.
let's not get bogged down by that though, as Klinkenbeard has gotten closer to Scott Brewer again after losing a little bit of time. Let's see how this pans out for the BMW versus the Mustang for the millionth time this race.
Shout out definitely goes to these drivers. They're providing us with a close battle whenever there's nothing else going on.
Indeed, as they are going up the uphill section right now into the right-hander. Mustang should have an advantage here with its power delivery. Meanwhile, while all of this is happening, Ruby is only 5 seconds up. Oh, as Ruby is losing a bit of time actually. The gap was like 4.6. Oh, as Dobbins has a little squirrely moment there, and that invites Ruby right back into the previous gap. So, an interesting chain of events, basically. But Ruby has indeed caught up a little bit. But last lap, Dobbins has posted a faster lap than Ruby by 5/10, which doesn't have Ruby's case of trying to get a win right now. But for now, the more important thing is this battle right here for P7 on the finishing grid. Trey Klinkenbeer looking like the favorite for pace right now, but Scott Brewer has been defending like a lion, extending that Mustang to cover the width of the entire track. And even when Klinkenbeer manages to take Scott Brewer, he always loses position again somehow, which is definitely some bad luck. So we're gonna see how that pans out again as they get closer and closer for the probably another millionth time in a row.
Funny thing is that everyone memes about how big the Mustang is, but if you take a close look, you can even see the M4 is actually even bigger. Which might not actually help in terms of battling here. It's a pretty narrow track and not much room for error. So probably the 2 worst cars to choose if you want to battle on Brands Hatch. At the same time, Ruby Nakamura only 3.7 behind Penelope Dobbins.
Indeed, the gap has indeed narrowed down again as Ruby posted a 124.4 compared to Dobbins 125 flat. Here again though, still 5/10 in the somewhat 5/10, 4/10, 3/10 region that these two are at right now. they're looking pretty close through this section. Will Trey go for a move? No, I don't think he can go for a move.
He can. The bigger question was whether he could.
Hits the wall? Oh no, hits the wall.
I don't think they hit wall.
It looked like there was
make
a
move
bounce.
there.
Looked like there was a bounce to me.
Maybe. Car doesn't look damaged to me.
Yeah, seems like this. No damage actually, so.
Tomasz, Krzyżoj, actually pretty close to Steiner.
Yes, indeed, we will have to check the Hungarian driver here in the McLaren versus another BMW. The leading Hungarian driver right now versus Steiner in the BMW. Let's see how this will pan out. As we see Asan Yanpai in the background, just trying to increase that gap from Kohai as much as possible, because she knows the Lambo has worse tires than the M4 and needs to pull away after the opportunity that was Kohai's little spin into the wall.
It appears to me Krzyżoj is actually not regaining any time compared to Steiner here.
Yes, indeed. Maybe that was just a fluke. Maybe Steiner lost a little bit of time by outbraking. So yeah,
That could very well be the case.
I feel like it is time for another short race update, so let's go through them really quick. Dobbins P1, Nekomada P2, Commissaro P3, Alex Curdo P4, Julian Messner P5, April Cosworth P6, Scott Brewer P7, Trey Klinkenbeard P8, Menendez in P9, Alvarez in P10. Good job from him for keeping that. Steiner in P11 battling with Krizai in P12. And Simon, and in P14 Asan Yanpai. Who seems to be having a hard time by the tire sounds. P15, Dirty Kohai. P16, Austin Hot. Great recovery drive. About to be lapped by Penelope. Gregorian, the driver who had the stop and go 30. And Florian in P18 actually. He's gained a couple of positions. So not bad, not bad. Sadi in the Porsche. Very dirty looking right now after quite the amount of gravel excursions. And we have Michael Savage, the last running driver in P20, and Larudik, who is in the pits after the retirement.
Nakamura inching ever closer to Dobbins.
Yes, the gap is now just 2 seconds. Maybe Ruby can finally try to catch up to Penelope and challenge for the race lead, as actually the track has gotten hotter and hotter as the time progressed from morning to afternoon. So this definitely did affect things, as the number 89 McLaren went for a nice little spin again. The lap is now under 2 seconds between Ruby and Penelope.
There's about 8 laps remaining. You might just hit 100.
Indeed, this just 10 minutes. Oh, as Penelope actually goes a little bit wide there. Yeah, we officially have 10 minutes left until the race ends, and right now it is looking like a battle is brewing between these two drivers, Ruby Nekomata and Penelope Dobbins. Yes, it looks like the chat is correct. It looks like there will be a shootout for the race lead in the last 10 minutes of the race. And also a shootout for P7 and a shootout for P12 actually. But let's focus on this right now at the moment. The gap is decreasing even more and more, down to 1.4 seconds right now between Ruby and Penelope. This will be interesting to watch for sure. Penelope looks to be suffering from the Lamborghini's tire, whereas Ruby is just constantly able to lap 4, maybe 5 tenths faster every lap due to the Ferrari's superior tire wear.
At this point, I'm pretty sure Ruby is going to catch up to Penelope there. What I'm not sure about is if she can overtake her, because yeah, we've seen that already, that this track is not very friendly for overtaking.
Yes, indeed, a narrow track as this, definitely not for overtaking, but Ruby is definitely thinking about that right now as the gap is shrinking further and further to 1.2 seconds.
Actually, I just realized that this would not be her first ACC GT3 win, because she's already won the Watkins Glen T3 last season. It's pretty awkward that I forgot it, because well, she was my teammate.
Hey.
But that doesn't mean that she's not hungry for another one. And well, Penelope seems to be struggling somewhat, going off the track with 2 wheels.
On the track again right now though is Clinkenbeard back onto the pace with Scott Brewer. Scott Brewer though has a has a lap car to contend with. Luckily the lap car goes through, but oh no, looks like he has left a little bit too much space, and Clinkenbeard is taking up that very nicely, very politely, and oh, they actually almost make contact through that left-hander. They look to be side to side through this corner, and Clinkenbeard, will he make a stick?
Oh no.
No,
Oh,
it's
Just
no.
gonna switch back.
It seems like the old switcheroo for Scott Brewer. What an amazing battle right now.
Oh no. Did Florian on P18 is not having enough fuel? Oh no.
Florian, yeah, he has pitted, presumably due to running out of fuel. Sad to see.
Is he going to lose any positions though? I'm not sure about that.
He's 2 laps ahead of P19, so I don't think so.
Yeah. Another battle brewing up right now is Ruby, who has definitely catch up to Penelope in the Lamborghini.
Only 8 tenths separating the 2 cars now.
Indeed, this is going to be a massive battle right at the end of the race. 2 massive battles actually, because remember, this is still ongoing for P7 and this is still ongoing for the race win. Right now though, looks like Penelope is trying her best to keep Ruby honest as the gap is fluctuating between 0.8 and 1 second. Let's see the lap comparison here. Well, the two crossed the start finish line. Ruby was approximately 2/10 faster that lap, but the gap seems to have been the same, so probably losing time a little bit. Clink and Beer though still keeping Scott Brewer honest through there. Goes a little bit wide though, misses the apex, going to lose a little bit of time. As the gap has shrunken for the lead to 0.7 seconds for that moment though. As actually that seems to be April Cosworth ahead.
It is.
The gap down to 0.6 seconds, and with the lap car of April in the way, maybe there could be team orders, but we will never know. Let's watch though. As right now the gap between Clinkenbeard and Scott Brewer is roughly the same.
Seem like it.
Oh, looks like no
That's
team orders.
That's a very fair play.
A very fair play to keep the two battling actually. But the gap has risen a little bit again, up to 0.7 from 0.4. Clinkenbeard are getting really close.
I feel like seeing amount of lap, getting 100 lap might be indeed very plausible this time.
Looks like we have like 2 laps left. We are at lap 97 right now. Well, BMW a little bit squirrely through there, as we have 2 awesome battles to watch right now. 3 minutes remaining in the race. More exciting end than Le Mans or any F1 race period. Again, the gap between both of these battles is oh, what? Penelope ran out of fuel!
Oh, she ran out of fuel!
Penelope ran out of fuel! No! No, this has ended terribly for Penelope.
Yeah, this is definitely not how I wanted this
Commissaro
battle to end.
would jump into P2 as a result, and possibly Alex Curto could take the P3 podium spot right here. Wow.
This is definitely Ruby's race to lose now.
Take a look at this. This battle between them is still going. They're closer than ever now.
Dobbins drops up P4. Seems like.
Alex Curto has moved up into P3 for the podium spot.
With some lag, Dobbins might catch up and get P3 back.
Yeah, this is another thing to watch out, that Penelope is really close to Alex and might still snatch the P3 away from Alex, but we have to see that. As Scott Brewer still extending that Mustang, trying to defend against the BMW. They're really close to each other right now. Going up.
Leaders on final lap now.
Lap 100 will be literally the end of the race.
Yes, we are ending
about
on lap 100 of the race. So, yeah, perfect actually. Dobbins has actually dropped more time to Alex Curto actually. So maybe Alex is looking like he can keep that podium spot unless something happens. These two are still keeping it honest with each other. They're closer than ever now. They literally bumper to bumper. Let's see how they go through the final corner of the track.
There is still one more lap for them though.
BMW a little
They
bit
still have to
squirrely.
fight it.
I don't think he has enough speed.
No, at least not for this corner. Oh. Now they are gonna
Who's
be fighting for a nail.
Yeah. Yeah, nicely parks it on the apex. Clinkerbeard cannot go through in turn 2.
However, as we speak right now, Ruby Acosta will win the inaugural round of V2.4H, taking the checker flag at first place.
That was a really great effort by Ruby there. I actually didn't really expect her to win until like...
And in second place, Komisarov, after having an interesting strategy that actually worked out in his favor. P2 for the man, great job, great job. And P3 for Alex Curto in the Wild Things car, great recovery drive from him. And Dobbins P4.
Shout definitely goes to Alex.
Last 3 corners for Scott Brewer and Clickenberg.
And Julian Messner finishing P5, rounding it up for Wild Things Racing. And April P6 already finished the race because she was lap. And Scott Brewer, who has managed to pull away from Clinkenbeard, rounding the final corner now. Scott Brewer's gonna win this battle, but great fighting from both of them. Clinkenbeard P8, Menendez with the carbon livery P9, and rounding up the top 10 we have Alvarez, who has actually done a good recovery drive of his own because I see him get into a lot of incidents this race basically. And P11 is Krisai, highest finishing Hungarian driver, and then Steiner and Asanyanpai, great recovery kind of drive, and then Dirty Kohai, rounding out the VTubers for today's race, and Simon and Osipov and Gregorian and Florian Christenselis and Sadi, and the final finisher of the race, Michael Savage. This ends today's V2.4H race. So what are your opinions on the race, guys? First, Albert.
Well, this was definitely one of the races of all time. A great one to commentate on. I've really enjoyed it. Unexpected result in a way, but I cannot say that I'm disappointed with today's V2.4H race. And let's hope the upcoming rounds of this championship are going to be equally as exciting.
I'm really not best at really giving my opinions, as you've probably noticed. It was fine, I mean, at least for me. I really don't know what to say about it other than what Albert said, or you probably said it by now. Sorry, I wish I could have said more, but I really can't. Yeah.
Donuts.
So basically, yeah, we are done with V2.4H. The next race should be, let me check, on
I think it's
June 30th.
Oh,
June 30th. June 30th at Monza, actually. Yeah, Monza. Next V2.4H race is at Monza. The Tempo of Speed and the T1 minutes. I will be racing there, so yeah, great actually, because I'll be in the Mustang, a new car I haven't never driven before. So yeah, this was tracc.eu sim racing for today, and we will see you on the racetrack for the next one.